Marilyn says, my boyfriend and I have a strange and wonderful relationship. He's strange and I'm wonderful. Rita called, and when she gets a chance, as soon as the mail load is over for the first of the year and Christmas, she will come here and she will read to Glennie. She will share her eyesight with Glennie. I think there's plenty of people who would do that, Glendora, if you would just get organized and find their telephone numbers and ask them. Corinne is coming to see you tomorrow, Tuesday, December 29th, and she's bringing us cookies. And she's also bringing a big load of cookies from Wayne Collins. So what do you want to do today? You want to be the most loving person in the world. Glendora, who are the next TV stations to get their programs for February and March 2021? 1, Los Alamos. 2, Highland Park, Illinois. Call me, honey. Call me, Victor. 3, Mount Vernon. I've got to call the principal of the high school and see why Mr. Galasso doesn't call us back. 4, Hartford. 5, East Hartford. That's you, Chuck Treat. 6, Chicago. And then how many more are there after that? Let's see. Quincy, Massachusetts. Pittsfield. That has to be special because I want to say hello to Mrs. Hubbard, who's been watching the Glendora TV shows since 1955. Her daughter works at the bank, and Wayne knows her daughter, Mary. So I want to be sure that that's on the Pittsfield edition. Pittsfield is not doing so badly. They did repeat a program this past Saturday that they played the Saturday before, and that's okay. Although they really don't have to repeat because I gave them something like 30 programs. Marilyn said to Carolyn, I think your husband suffers from insanity. And Carolyn says, he doesn't suffer from it, he enjoys it. You can listen to the Christian Science Daily Lift. There's a telephone number for that. I have it, if you would like it. You can listen to the Christian Science Bible Study on your phone also. The Daily Lift is on your phone, and also the Sentinel. I have all those numbers if you would like them. Wrong number.
Hi, Glendora.
Uh-oh, I dialed the wrong number. Who is it?
Oh, this is Robert.
Oh, Robert, how are you, dear?
Listening to WMCA.
Oh, you are? Yes, how are you this morning, Robert?
Pretty good, thank you.
You know, you say you could have, I could send you a box of DVDs if you would like. They come back from the TV stations, and DVD is no longer a format that's used much. And they will never be back into style again. So I could get together a box maybe and send to you about 20 or 30 of them.
Oh, that would be nice. And
Are you sure you really want them?
yeah, because I actually missed some, and I put them on DVDs myself when I copied them from the DVR.
Yes, I got that from your telephone conversation.
Hmm.
Well, we'll try to make that a project.
Okay.
And what are you going to do today, dear Robert?
Well, I think I'm going to do some laundry.
Laundry. And anything else? I was hoping for something a little more exciting, but that's good.
Yeah. I don't know. Usually I do watch some YouTube videos. I like the people that repair the old electronics, like the record players and the radios.
Yes, right. Yeah, right. Those are fun, right.
Yeah. There's a guy a young guy in his 30s from Mississippi. He calls himself Radio TV Phono Nut. And then there's another one from Connecticut. He's in his 70s, old 64 goat. That's his handle. They call it a handle, too, just like CBs. Remember? They call it a handle. Now they call it a handle. And he's also blind in one eye and mostly blind in the other, but he's still...
Bless his heart.
And he calls himself the Blind Tinkerer.
Bless his heart. Did you ever come to the Albany Capital District? Do you ever come up this way?
No, but I know that you, somebody I know knows you. You remember Deborah Walensky? Well, their family, the Walenskys, went to my church for years until they moved. And Deborah's their daughter. And I saw her on one of the programs.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
One of the
Yeah.
one of the 2,000 programs you watched in the last 25 years? Yes.
Yes.
Well, okay, honey, I'm very sorry I did dial a wrong number, but it's pretty good for a wrong number, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We get to talk a few minutes.
Well, take care.
Oh, yeah.
Grace and peace unto all you love.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate you thinking of me.
Yeah, well, vice versa, right? I appreciate you appreciating
and I love
me.
transferring things to CDs, like old records and tapes. I still have my father's reel-to-reel tapes and his cassettes and the
Wow.
records, and then there's mine, and I'll get into it later.
Do you have instruments on which to play these things?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, well, you've got quite a museum then, dear.
Yeah, a little bit.
So take care, dear Robert.
Yes, you too. Thank you.
And I'll try to get together some DVDs for you.
Okay.
I think the best thing would be to send you recent ones. Let me see what the stations are sending back.
Yeah, like I was saying, the first ones I've seen from this year were the end of October, which started in April or something like that, but then, and they go back and forth. They're not in order. And then the last couple of years I missed some. So,
The end of October 2020?
yes.
Not 1910 or anything like that. Okay, dear. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye. Have a nice day.
Yes, bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
I meant to dial the Christian Science Sentinel so you could see how it was set up. But remember, it's copyrighted. Well, I think that covers it for the last Sunday of the year, 2020. This is my Father's world. Oh, let us ne'er forget that though the wrong seems oft so strong, what? God is the ruler yet. This is my Father's world. I rest me in the thought of rocks and trees and skies and seas. His hands the wonders wrought. And you have your choice. You can think about bad or you can think about good. Forget the bad. You have your choice. You can live for yourself or you can live for others. How do you like your cabin? One ship passenger asked another. Well, it's all right. I just don't like the washing machine. But that's not a washing machine. That's a porthole. Oh, no wonder my clothes didn't come back. Victoria and Glennie talked to Robert in Queens, an ardent fan of our TV message, and it only took him 25 years to call us. He's been liking the program and approving of it and making DVRs of it. And finally, and he's been watching it since 1994, along with Lori Galgano's program. And then he decided after 25 years to call us up and tell us. So if he has been making DVRs of it, I will give him a whole box of DVDs if he wants them. Because I have boxes and boxes of DVDs that have been returned to me by TV stations who have cable cast them. And I can just send him a box. And it won't cost much because we'll do it by media mail. By what? Media mail. The first pound is $2.85. The next pound is 40 more cents. And the next pound is 40 more cents. And the next pound is 40 more cents. Isn't that a good arrangement that the post office gives us? Isn't it a good arrangement that the post office brings our mail to our house every day? And then mails our mail out if we leave it in the box? Isn't that a good situation? The media mail. I'll go over it again. How much is the first pound? About $2.85. How much is the second pound? 40 cents. And the next pound, 40 cents. And the next pound, 40 cents. Ad infinitum. I call our postmaster every so often and tell her a joke because she has the most robust laughter. And it's good to hear her release all of the tensions in a great big laugh. Why did the teacher write the lesson on the window glass? Why did she write the lesson on the window glass? You got it. So it would be perfectly clear. Did you hear about the boy who, it wasn't that he didn't like school, it's just that he didn't agree with the principle of the thing. What does a report card teach a parent? You don't have to lift weights to raise a dumbbell. Wayne liked the program A Chat with Glendora that was cablecast at 11:30 a.m. yesterday, Saturday, in Pittsfield, Massachusetts, Berkshire County. He said it was classic Glendora. What would that mean? getting out the message, I guess. The jokes, the hymns, and a word. Let's figure out a pretty word today and concentrate on that. Alms. A-L-M-S. What is given gratuitously. And an almsman is somebody who distributes alms. Nice word, huh? The boy was asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? And he says, I want to be a philanthropist. Why? They seem to have all the money. What school did King Arthur go to? Night school. What? Night school. What does a person who is a good listener, have in common with a kitty cat? They both like a long yarn. What else did Vicky do yesterday? Well, she cleaned out the refrigerator. There was Thursday's leftover dinner and Friday's leftover dinner. And she filled compost pail, way up the compost pail. That's a false alarm. And she took that outdoors to the birdies, along with 3 packages of cookies. That would be 1.5 dozen times 3. That's 4.5 dozen cookies? Because they haven't been fed for, a long time. She fed the birdies out the window. She fed them bird seed. Did anybody feed the birdies in the clock? If we don't feed the birdies in the clock, they can't chime the hour, can they? You know the clock I'm talking about? Let me see if I can show it to you. And she's going to upload 4 programs to YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. And she did I tell you that she did Think Folder 2? And she put the new telephone numbers into the contacts of the LG phone. And I wanted to give her $100 because 10 years ago she had the photographs of the SS Glendora in Manchester, New Hampshire, not far from Mary Baker Eddy. She had those made, reproduced, because I had lost them. She had a set, so she had them made from her set. And I gave her $100 for them back then. And all these years I've been thinking that really wasn't enough money. So I wanted to give her another 100, but she refused it. She doesn't think they were that much. I do. And now, listen to your heartbeat. Imagine that. Non-stop. Since the day you were born. Non-stop. Non-stop. Not even for a second. Glennie is still 92.5 years old, no doctors and no medicine. Because she doesn't have any doctors now, even though she went to Albany Med on a $11,000 ripoff. And even though she doesn't take any medicine now, so she's back. She has her record back. 92 and a half years old, no doctors and no medicine. Grady Hearn, where are you? You were going to send 4 programs to Staten Island with a disclaimer on them, and you were going to upload them to YouTube, and you've been silent for 5 days. Vicki also put into the telephone contacts the Christian Science Bible lesson for this week, and the Christian Science Sentinel, which was a program about a man who was in the Marines, and then after he finished his work in the Marines, he joined the Army, and a woman, and he was a Christian Scientist, and a woman who was a Christian Scientist who was a chaplain in the Army. And they both gave the Christian Science line. You don't have to think about bad. You have a choice. Just think about good. You don't have to think about bad. You don't have to talk about yourself. You have a choice. Put that energy into loving others. Cat, for whom we all sent as much love as we could, is doing fine. She's going about the house and she's washing herself and taking good care of things. So that was a good success. Dog was here yesterday, and I knew he was going to remember. She was going to remember me from 10 years ago. And she did. And she lay right down here on the floor with us all the time we were doing the work. And every now and then I would put things before her to approve. And she had a cookie. Vicki and Andrew rescued her from way down south from a shelter and gave her a grand decade of life. I did not like the burrito at all. The burrito was this big. I just didn't like it. I'm tired of Spanish food, Italian food. I like good old American food. A vegetarian or a vegan hamburger on a bun with, I can't believe it's not butter, spread on it. I don't like all this Italian food and all this Spanish food. Tried to listen, well, I did listen to Mary Baker's Eddie's lecture to how a teacher should handle a student. I don't know whether this would be necessarily a practitioner, or would it be a practitioner? Anyway, it was very good. And the standard of morals. Morals are very important. Never lie, steal, or cheat. Now, who is going to get the next programs? Okay, are you ready? Los Alamos. These are programs that are sent out on DVD. There's only like 30 stations left now. There's about 40 that take them, actually more than that take them by computer, file transfer protocol. All right, who's going to get the next 6? That would be Los Alamos, Highland Park, because Victor Walter doesn't call me back, and Highland Park and Los Alamos wants to wait until the first of the year. Mr. Down at Mount Vernon High School. who will not return calls. And Hartford, that's Mary Taylor, who's very, very sharp and very keen and acute and adroit. But the TV station could be a little more easy to address. And Los Alamos. And Chicago. Hi Joe. Hi Kenny. Hi Steve. Hi Leslie. CAN TV. Chicago Access Network. CAN TV. Here's a birdie. Oh, thank you for that song. We should feed you. Dave Keenan is all right. He's going to take his by Dropbox. We paid the Dropbox bill. It's $45 a month. And we still haven't used it any. But it's cranking up. We hope it's going the next week, the first week of January. And who else is going to get programs? East Hartford, that's Chuck Treat. He will take programs only if Glennie is the only person in them, because anybody else in them has to sign a release. I don't know where he ever got that idea. He's the only one of all my 75 TV stations who ever dreamed that one up. Pittsfield. Robert Jackson serves 15 TV stations, Manhattan, Brooklyn, Bronx. Springfield, San Jose, San Francisco, San Antonio, that's one, but that's not Robert Jackson. And then who? Well, then I think that's it. I think that's the distribution for DVDs. Oh no. Cheshire, Meriden, which everybody wants to call Meridian.